All right, I'm going to be going through this Code Wars problem, direction reduction. Once upon a time, on a way through the old, wild, mountainous west, a man was given directions to go from one point to another. The directions were north, south, west, east. Clearly, north and south are opposite, and east and west are too. Going in one direction, coming back the opposite direction right away is a needless effort. Since this is the Wild West with dreadful weather, not much water, it's important to save yourself some energy, otherwise you might die of thirst. So, looking at this, we're given these instructions. We can cancel these out, and then cancel these out, and then cancel south and north out. So then we're just left with west. So I think I understand it. So basically, you wanted to simplify these when there's opposites. I'm going to use this as my test case that I'm going to try and program for. I can't. I think it's the same thing as this one, north south. And my variable is ARR, so I will do that. ARR equals this. So I want to do is I'm going to need to iterate through this. So do for direction in ARR. I like to just print out the variable just to make sure I understand it. And kind of thinking about this one, I don't know why my mouse isn't working, but I want to iterate through this array list, and then I want to check if the past value is the opposite of this direction. So I think what I want to do is I'm going to add this to a list because originally, kind of just thinking out loud, what I was going to do is just check if the past value was the opposite, but it would break when I have this scenario right here because these two would cancel each other out. So I delete them, but then I need to check this one. So I'm going to add my values to a list. So I'm going to call this simple directions. And it's going to start with an empty list. First time through the for loop, I just want to add the first element to it. So if to check if a list is empty, I can do if not simple directions. Then I want to append simple directions dot append direction. And I spelled that wrong. Spelled it wrong again. And if we take a look at this now, simple directions. So it added the first element. So that's a good start. So now, if this isn't the first element, I'm going to do an else statement. And then this time, I'm trying to think of like a good way to do this without having 4 different conditional statements to check if the last element is north, south, east, or west. But I think that's what I'm going to do to start. And if I think of a better way while I'm coding it out, I will try to update it. But let's start with if simple directions, the last element in simple directions, because as I add elements, what I want to check is the last one, the most recent one. So if simple directions, the last element is equal to north, then I want to check if direction, the variable that I'm iterating through, is equal to south, is equal to, if direction is equal to south, then I want to remove that last element. So to remove the last element from a list, I could do dot pop. So simple directions dot pop, not append. And just out of curiosity, let's see if it works. So if this does work, the first time through we added north to the simple directions, then the second time through we should remove south. And we should have an and then the reason it's still going through is that it's adding elements to this list again. So I need to go through this. I think it's working correct, but else simple directions dot append direction. So if it's direction doesn't equal south, then I just want to add it to the list. And then I'm going to do the same thing for the other directions. So I'm just going to copy this, else elif is equal to south. Then if it equals north, I want to remove it. And then I think I can just keep repeating this process. elif direction equals east. Then I want to check if it's the last element is west. And then do it one more time. And if this is east, then this is west. Or, oh shoot. This should be, I did east right here, so this one should be west. East. So I get a result. I'm not sure if it's right though. And it is, looks like it is right. It's supposed to return west. So a lot of code here, but what's going on is first it's, if there's nothing in simple directions, it's just adding that element to simple directions. Else, if there are stuff in simple directions, then it's checking if this element, so if the last element in simple directions is north, then it's checking if it's south. If it is, then it cancels them out. I might print simple directions just so we can print simple directions and then direction. So first time through, there's nothing in it, and the direction is north, so it gets added. The second time through, it's equal to south. I don't know, spelling looks weird for some reason. So then it removes south. Then it checks for third time through, it's east, which it doesn't cancel out, so it adds east to the list. Then next time through, it's west, so it removes these two, cancel out. So then we're left with the south and north, which cancel out, and then left with west. I'm gonna try this example here, and oh, this is the test case. And try running it, and it returns everything, northwest, southeast, which I believe is correct. So cool. So I'm gonna try and run this now. And always gotta update the indents. I think that's my indentation, return simple directions, and I want to remove my print statement, or I'll just comment it out and test it. And it passes both the test cases. Let's see if it runs on everything. And it passed everything. So this is my solution. Let me know if you have any questions.